How are we doing tonight? Hope everybody has had a good Tuesday. I think it's been, it was good here. Busy, but good. So I'll take busy, right? Keeps me out of trouble, I guess, is the way to look at that. So tonight we have baseball breaks coming up. We're going to open a half case of Gold Rush autographed baseball jerseys. That's the back half of a case that we started, when? A couple days ago, I guess. A half case of Luminaries baseball. We started that case last night. We're going to finish it up tonight. And then a half case of Heritage High Number that we started on Friday night, which was its release day. But of course, before we get started ripping into things, we've got a little bit of information to go over, so let's get started with that first. What you see on the screen right now is just some information about a break that I'm working on that is not listed on eBay. This is a break that I'm selling directly by way of chat and messages and such. It's a random team break for a case of 2017-18 Leaf Greatest Hits basketball. Of course, those are buyback cards in there. That's the main draw of any of the Leaf Greatest Hits or Leaf Best of. You know, they're buying the desirable cards from Topps and Panini and whatnot, and sometimes they're graded, sometimes they're just encased, but that's kind of the deal with what that product is. This particular one does also have in it a Leaf original card that has been autographed. So it will be autographed in this instance by one of three people: Kyle Kuzma, LiAngelo Ball, or LaMelo Ball. If it comes out for Kyle Kuzma, of course it would go to the Lakers spot. If it came out for one of the Ball brothers, it would go out by way of random. It is $100 a spot all in. For that $100, you get two teams. And of course, we'll break it when we fill it. This is a break where if you pull nothing, you get nothing. There's no consolation cards in this one. And like any break, it's a no return, no refund item. But we have 12 spots out of 15 filled up. So we've got 3 spots left. I'm really hoping to get those filled pretty soon. We were going to break it over the weekend. Everything sold out, and then someone had to come out of 5 spots. So I've been trying to resell those 5, and we're down to 3. If anyone wants to jump in on that, let me know by way of chat, or you can send me a message on eBay, something like that. Randy's here to save the day. Randy says he's going to take 2 more spots. Randy, that's so awesome. Thank you. Now we only have 1 spot left to go. And I tell you what, Randy, because you are so awesome and helping us out tonight. I didn't do that very well, did I? If we don't sell the other one later tonight, you know what? We might just break it anyway. And I'll just keep the last spot if we have to, because I definitely want to get this broken. So thank you for getting that in there, Randy. I appreciate you jumping in there. So 1 is left. 1 is left. Scott, I don't know why you have trouble finding my breaks. Probably the easiest way to do it, if you don't want to go to my eBay store, I mean, that's one way to do it. If you click on my username, I think you can go to my eBay store from eBay. But the other way, of course, is to click on the search feature at the top of any eBay page, and then click on advanced search, and then you can search by seller. And of course, you just type in my seller ID, Fleaburger, and hit enter, and it should bring up all of my listings, and you can sort them whichever way you want, by ending soonest or newly listed or whatever the case may be. All right, so moving on down the line, what you see right now is just a note about feedback. That's because it comes up a lot. So I'm letting you know that my feedback is automated on eBay. That way you don't ever have to wait on me, because I'm always going about 500 miles an hour, and it seems like I never get where I need to go. It just piles up, that work. So this way you never ever have to wait. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. And of course, the other big thing there is to say thank you, because I do appreciate all of you who bid and break and chat and hang out with me. So I'm glad you're joining me this evening. Now we're taking a look at breaks that are listed on eBay. The one we were just looking at for Leaf Greatest Hits basketball, of course, a break that we're selling directly, but then these listed on eBay. So tomorrow night, it is an autographed full-size football helmet. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? Isn't this, what are we, no, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute, aren't we opening a half case of jerseys tonight? Duh, we're doing baseball tonight. Whoo, boy, all right. Tomorrow night is an autographed full-size football helmet, a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys, our third and final case of Leaf Trinity football, and our first case of XR football, which comes out tomorrow. Thursday night is a triple play baseball box with 3 autographed memorabilia items in it, a third case of high-tech baseball, and a fourth and likely final case of Spectra football. On Friday, we'll open our third and final case of Leaf History of Baseball Cut Signature, which is sold by first letter of last name on those spots. And we'll also start a new case of Heritage High Number on Friday night. Saturday, we'll break a 9th case of Clearly Authentic Baseball and a second case of XR Football. Sunday, I had intended for us to open Upper Deck Goodwin Champions, but you know what? I didn't get the listing created. So instead, we're going to open a half case of Leaf autographed mini football helmets. Those actually come out Friday, but we'll start busting into them on Sunday by the half case. We'll open another half case of the Leaf autographed football jerseys and a fourth case of high-tech baseball. So that's what we're looking at for the days ahead. But for tonight, this is the order we're breaking in. It is the autographed baseball jerseys, then luminaries, then Heritage High Number. 2 of our 3 breaks tonight are free shipping. That is the baseball jersey and luminaries. Here's what you need to know about the free shipping breaks. Number 1, I project it to go out Tuesday, a week from today. All free shipping stuff I generally estimate to get out the door 6 or 7 days after the fact. Most of the time they're out the door before that, but just plan on it being on the 25th. If you see it go sooner, it'll be a happy little surprise, right? The paid shipping break tonight, that stops Heritage High Number, I'm projecting to get out on Saturday. As with anything, if my week goes well, I might get it out a day early, and if my week goes off the rails in an unexpected way, it could possibly slide to Monday, but I'm obviously hopeful that I can get it out on Saturday. And if you're in one of the first 2 breaks tonight, consolation cards apply to you. And what that means is this: if you happen to not be the team that is pulled in one of the free shipping breaks tonight, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card for your team. It can be from any year and any series. Normally, on the free shipping stuff, I just hang on to those, and I do track them for a rolling 90-day period. So then the next time you do pull a card or an item or whatever the case may be, I just gather up all of those consolation cards you're due, add them to that package, and shoot them out the door all at once. If you don't want to wait, okay, and you want it right now, then you just send me a message on eBay. I will drop it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and it will head your way. I think that's all the information we have to go over. We're ready to get started. I know you're glad about that. It is 3 times 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 autographed baseball jersey, half case break, number 22. Of course, Series 2 just came out, but the break number 22 just means the 22nd time we have opened 2018 Gold Rush baseball jerseys. I thought it was too hard to keep track of Series 1 and Series 2 and all that. Just better to stay with the continuity. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Tuesday night, the 18th of September. You're going to find the team names are there on one side, and your name is up in lights across from it, or your eBay username, I should say, up in lights across from it if you are the winning bidder. And of course, a new spreadsheet is going to go up before the start of every break. So if you're not in this one, don't worry. You're going to get to see your name up there on screen shortly when we get to you. Last but not least, I did just change the focus there. That is because I don't like using autofocus. All the zooming in and out makes me crazy, so I don't use it. So that's the deal with that. Mag Widow, you're asking me what the spot was for. That was on the direct break of the Leaf Greatest Hits basketball case break that I was talking about earlier on that. And Tammy June, you are trying to get a jersey, and I'm going to try to work my mojo and your mojo and everybody's collective mojo to try and get you a jersey hit. That I know you've been buying into a lot of them lately, and we're going to hope that we can have some luck for you then. Scott, I don't have Opulence listed yet. At this point, I don't really know when I'm going to break Opulence. I haven't kind of made a determination about that, but it's not up there yet. Hi, Jay Allen. How are you? Well, we have a Detroit Tiger coming out first because I recognize that signature. That's alkaline or kaline, whichever one it is. I always say it wrong. I say kaline. I think it's supposed to be kaline. Anyway, you know who he is. He's a Hall of Famer for the Tigers. JSA authentication sticker, JSA authentication card to go with it. Oh, look at this. Oh, we've got some little extra stuff on this jersey. That's pretty cool. That's all along the bottom. Huh. I've never seen that before. I like that, though. On the bottom of your jersey there for the Tigers. So Detroit is first out. And you know what, Cammie June? I can't remember which teams you have in here tonight. Can you type in and refresh my memory here so that I'm working the mojo in the right direction? You guys might notice these are numbered on the end. That is because when we started this case, I took all 6 of the boxes out and numbered them, and then we used random.org to determine which 3 we opened in the first half of the case versus, obviously, the half that we're opening now. Jay Allen, you like the K-line? Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? I always still just say it's Kaline, but I don't know which one is right. You guys know I say them all wrong. Doesn't matter what it is, how many times I hear it pronounced, I always pronounce it wrong when I say it back. Rockies, Rangers, Cardinals, Twins, and Phillies. Okay. Well, this I don't think is going to help you because this is looking like a White Sox or a Yankee, but I don't know which. Let's see. Let's see who this is. It is a Yankee. It is Didi Gregorius. There is your signature and your JSA authentication sticker on that one. Ooh, look, I did a really good job there, didn't I? I unfolded the whole thing. Good grief. I was trying not to do that. But this is well, I'll fold it back better later. But this is the hazard of the ones that don't come in the little plastic bag, right? They kind of flop around everywhere. Anyway, there is your paper authentication, your sticker authentication, the Yankees hitting with Didi Gregorius. If one of these jerseys is heading your way tonight, when you get it, please make sure that you find that little piece of paper with your authentication if you want to keep it. Just make sure you find it before you toss everything out because it's usually folded up kind of within the jersey. And I know we all get excited and, grab things out and flip them open to take a good look at them. And it's really easy for that little paper to go flying. So I always like to just kind of remind everybody, make sure you have everything before it goes that way. So, yeah, see, Randy, so I was saying K-line, but then I also think it's K-line, and so and then I go back and forth. Is it K-line? Is it K-line? So, right, so you guys are telling me it's K-line. We'll see how long I can retain that. I'm guessing about 20 minutes. I know, we all know I'm so terrible at that. We do, and I'm sorry, but I am. The Mets are out next with Reyes. Ooh, this is an authentic. Hey, look at that. We've got our little nice MLB majestic, authentic. There's our genuine logo man on the back. We don't have a logo man on the back. We got a logo man on the front. Anyway, that's a nice hit for the Mets with Reyes on an authentic MLB jersey. JSA authentication sticker, your JSA authentication card to go along with it. So, New York, crazy tonight, right? We hit for the Mets, we hit for the Yankees, and then, of course, we hit the K-line, I got it right once, at least, for the Detroit Tigers. So, jerseys, congratulations if you are the Mets, the Yankees, and the Tigers tonight. And man, I feel bad for Mag, who is also Cammie June, because we didn't hit for you again, and I'm trying so hard with that mojo, Mag. Okay, jerseys are out of the way. We're going to be heading into the back half of a case of luminaries next. And this was the last full case I had of luminaries. I do have a few loose boxes, and we're probably going to break those, I don't know, as 1 or 2 box breaks, something like that, because it's not enough to make a half case quantity. And plus, I don't know, bidding wise, we're not really getting to where we need to be on these half cases anyway, so I kind of end up subsidizing these breaks a little. So we're we're probably going to go into a 1 or 2 box format after tonight on this. All right, so you probably saw this a minute ago. Luminaries, of course, is another free shipping break, projecting to get out the door on Tuesday the 25th. And if you get skunked in this break, your consolation card, normally I'm just going to hang on to it until the next time you have a package going, and then I'll round up any you're due and send out with it. If you don't want to wait, you send me a message, let me know. We'll get it out to you right away. 6 boxes of 2018 Luminaries Baseball. This is a half case break. It is break number 4. Of course, it also ended tonight, the 18th of September. The only difference here is a couple of teams don't have hits. They're not on the checklist at all. That is the Rockies and the Rays. So that's why you didn't see those listed on eBay, and why they're designated there on the spreadsheet is just no hits. It's because you couldn't pull anything out for those. Oh, you have, oh man, I got all excited there for a minute. I thought that you said you had the Mets in the last break. You're saying you got the Mets in this break. I thought, oh man, did she have a jersey and I messed it up? Okay, now I'm on the page. So we need to work the Mets mojo for you here in Luminaries then, sounds like. So, Randy, I have a question for you and Jay Allen, a few of you who bid on baseball things and higher end kind of things. Do you have any interest in transcendent baseball? And have you ever done a break of it before? I will preface that by saying it's exceedingly expensive, and I mean exceedingly expensive. All of the spots would have to be locked in before I would even think about pre-ordering it, because it's about $26,000 a case. Yeah, you heard that right. Not $2,600, $26,000 a case. But it has really, really high-end hits in it, as you might imagine. And I don't know, I'll have to go back and look, but I think it has 50 or 60 hits or something in it. I mean, it's a lot of hits, but it's obviously the priciest product really you can get from Topps. And my rep asked me today if I wanted in on Transcendent, and I thought, you know, of course, everybody wants in on Transcendent, but do I have anybody who wants to buy it? I don't know, because that would be whatever 26,000 is divided by the number of hits. You know, wouldn't be cheap to buy into. Gina, it would have to be done as a hits draft. I think that's the only way you would be able to do it. So the spots would be, of course, pre-sold, and all the, you know, it would be opened, all the hits would come out, and then you would randomize and just do a hits draft in order. So, you know, whoever came up first after the random would have first choice of the hits. Whoever came up second choice of the hits, so on and so forth, all the way down through it. And we might even break it in half and do it like, you know, like as a snake draft, where we do half of the hits go that way, and then you start at the bottom and work your way. You know, why is there an extra piece of thing in there? Work your way back up. Oh, that must be a really thick one. Okay, so see, that box is cut out way deeper than everything else, so we got a really thick something or another in this one. So it's going to be something really special, I expect, because the only thing I can think of in Luminaries that is that thick is that super mega booklet that you're gonna die over if we hit it. That's the only thing I can think of in here that would be that thick. So we may have a big hit on our hands. We're gonna set it somewhere and make it last. Whatever it is, we're saving it for last. Because you know I am evil that way. Yes, I am. Pure evil, making you wait. Gina, you said last year it had 68 autographs in it. Okay, I was thinking 50 or so, but all right, 60 or so then. I would obviously check and tell you for sure exactly what it contained if we were moving forward with it. But I wanted to gauge a little interest in it first, because obviously that is a big commitment. I mean, that's like buying a car to buy that one case of cards, you know? So All right, we are. So Gina, you are interested in Transcendent? Okay, so we'll keep you in mind. If there's anybody else that feels the same way, let me know. Aaron Judge coming out for the Yankees, numbered to 10. Yankees are happy. You don't always pull a Yankee out of luminaries. In fact, one of the few products that's not overrun with Yankees, but that's a good one to pull with Aaron Judge to 10. Next out would be Chris Sale, and Chris is numbered to 10 as well. That is, of course, the Boston Red Sox. Jay Allen, you said you've seen the base set as a hit and the art as a hit. Yeah, again, I would have to do a lot more kind of legwork on that, but I'm just kind of giving you what I know about it. Well, Yankees, you're going to have yourself a nice little break. There is Mr. Gleyber Torres to 15, one of your nice rookies out to go along with your Aaron Judge. So the Yankees are having quite an evening right now, and it just keeps on going. The Yankees with a third hit, Don Mattingly to 10. Now that is crazy because I don't think we have hit any Yankees in luminaries up to this point, have we? That I remember, out of the other breaks we've done. And then tonight we're going to wind up with 3 right there in a row. Oh, hey, here is Jim Palmer. We'll go to the checklist. Should be a Baltimore Oriole, but we'll go check that out. Masters of the Mound autograph. But here comes what I think could be something really nice. And let's see if I'm right about it. Oh, no, it's different than what I thought it was. It's still going to be nice. It's just not exactly what I thought it was. But guess what? If you have the Red Sox, you're pretty happy along about now, because that's your hot young rookie, Rafael Devers, along with a nice patch over here. And this is a 1 of 1, is it? I guess. Because, well, that's it. I mean, it says 1 of 1 right there. So I'm going to assume we're going to take it at its word where it has printed 1 of 1 down there. So that is very, very nice. All right, so recapping our Red Sox Devers booklet, 1 of 1. Jay Allen, you said you tell me not to do it because you don't want that to go south and have me be stuck with that. I feel you on that. Yeah, it would definitely have to be kind of a pre-sold situation. That's what I'm saying. I would definitely have to work on it in that regard. We need to look this one up, don't we? Jim Palmer, Masters of the Mound. I mean, I think we can agree it's going to be an Oriole, but you know I'm going to go look it up because I always do. Always go check them out. Did I bring you with me? Hang on, let me check. Did I? Yes, good. Every once in a while, you know, I forget to bring you with me when I switch pages, and then I'll just be talking away thinking you can see it, and then, like, you can't. But this time I did. All right, Baltimore Orioles as expected for the Jim Palmer. So the Orioles, the Red Sox with the nice 1 of 1 booklet. The Orioles there. Don Mattingly to 10 for the Yankees. I mean, I feel like this was just kind of a it was a 2-team break, wasn't it? Because then we had Gleyber Torres to 15 for the Yankees. So 3-team break, sorry, the Oriole. Then the Red Sox hit again with Chris Sale, numbered to 10. So 2 for the Red Sox, 3 for the Yankees. The Aaron Judge to 10 rounds it out. And 1 for the Orioles. So, wow. And we even used random to mix up the boxes, and we still ended up kind of clustered with a couple of teams there, didn't we? Well, anyway, the rest of luminaries going forward will be either 1 or 2 box breaks. Obviously, your buy-in price will change. It will continue to have free shipping and that sort of thing. We just won't be doing it as half cases anymore after tonight because I don't have any more full cases. So we're going to be coming into Heritage High Number next. Again, that's the back half of a case, so we don't have to use random to figure out which boxes to open because they're the only ones left from this particular case. And as soon as I can get our spreadsheet up, we're going to take a look at this. So this, of course, that we're getting ready to go into, Heritage High Number, is a paid shipping break. I'm projecting a Saturday shipping date. Hopeful that I can hit that. If something goes great and my week gets way ahead, might go out on Friday. If something goes way off track and my week is terrible and filled with unexpected time-consuming things, it could possibly go to Monday. But I always try my hardest to hit the date you see on the sheet there. Every once in a while I don't make it, but I try hard. 2018 Topps Heritage High Number half case break number 2. Oh, it says 5 times again. It is not 5 times, it is 6. I always forget to fix that because, you know, it's Archives that's a 10-box case, not Heritage High Number. And somewhere along the way I managed to plug in that 5, and I've never remembered to fix it on the master. Chicago White Sox did not sell in this break. You see that designated there as no bids buyback. Everything else has a forever home. So your name is across from your team, and you'll have a big, big pile of cards heading your way, no matter what team you have, I believe. Because, of course, I had sorted out the first break of this. I sorted out today. I didn't get it ready in time for the post office before it closed, but it'll go out tomorrow. So I did, the sort, of course, is completed, and every team absolutely has cards coming out of High Number. So there is a 1 hit per box. It can either be a relic or an autograph. And then, of course, we have a box topper, box loader. Different people call them different things. But it'll be one of 2 things. This one is obviously our strip of cards. There are, the other option is you get an original 1969 card that Topps has bought back and just added a stamp to. But this is a little 3-team uncut strip of cards, Dodgers, Braves, and Cardinals. And, of course, we will use the spreadsheet and random and all that to check that out before we finish up tonight. We'll wait and pull our others as well. If anyone owns 51% or more, which in this case would be 2 of the 3 teams, then you would take that outright. And if no one owns 51% or more, then we would be heading off to, I can never get that to work. We would be heading off to random.org to award those. Oh, Mag, your mojo is gone for the night. I'm so sorry. That is no good at all. That is no fun. No fun, no fun. There's sometimes a way you can hold these and rip them just right, and it'll just pull right down in one nice motion, and I've never gotten the hang of it. Frankly, let's just assume I'm not ever going to. If I haven't managed to master it in all this time, I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon. But I still try. I do. Wow, Gina, you said that Leighton Sports had 10 cases last year of Transcendent. Wow, that's like... Well, that's, you know, $250,000 if they had 10 cases of it, a little over. Because it's, you know, $25,000, $26,000 a case. Actually, a little more than that. Because they would also charge me the 3% on top of that. So I don't know what 3% is of $26,000, but it's, you know, a lot. So it would actually be even more. So, Gina, you said you have 3 friends that might be interested depending on the price. Okay. Well, it would basically, you know, I would have to look at the number of hits. If you shoot me a message on eBay and let me know to remind me of this, I will find out. I'm sure they've sent me this information by email by now. He just called about it earlier today. I'll look more into it and tell you exactly how many hits, and then I could tell you about what the price would be and that sort of thing. That's kind of where we would be looking. I don't have the release date in front of me. I know the pre-order period ends in pretty quickly. I think it's October the 3rd or something. All the pre-orders have to be in. Usually, Topps requires about a 6-month window on their stuff. So typically, you're going to be pre-ordering about 6 months out, sometimes a little bit less. So I'll have to look at all that, and I can tell you when you message me, I can pull it all up and answer it that way. So this, of course, is a facsimile signature. We're going to find these throughout. So that's just a signature that was literally printed on the card. It's not clearly not an authentic signature. And there's a few little surprises we find tucked into Heritage High Number. There's some variations and some action images, and this is another insert series. Occasionally we'll find a color swap or something else that's interesting. And that's just a regular one. Throwback uniforms, lots of stuff. Many of those I catch as we go through. I do not always catch them as we go through. And if that is the case, I do usually then find them when I sort. I'm telling you this as a kind of a prelude to say, hey, if you see one go through that I don't call out or pause on, you're welcome to jump into chat and say, hey, go back. I want to take a look at whatever it might be. There's a Reggie Jackson highlight insert. We're going to find quite a few of those. There's a couple of different variations of it. Of course, 1969, it was Reggie Jackson's rookie year, so these cards take on the look of the 1969 kind of deal, and that's why there's the Reggie Jackson insert set. Also an insert set for the Miracle Mets that we'll find. Of course, plenty of now and thens, which always I think should be then and now. I always want to say it that way, or like good and plenty. This is a variation, and I think it's a throwback uniform variation, and I meant to look up the code on that so that I could tell you 100% for sure if that's what it is, but I neglected to do that today. But it might be what that is then. Desiree, you said the best slot hits about 780 for the 3%. And yeah, having 10 cases of that is pretty healthy, right? I mean, that is a lot of money. But on the flip side, it definitely probably allows them to buy any Topps products they want for the rest of the year. They probably don't have much trouble getting, because that would definitely bump their allocation numbers up a bunch, I would think. Oh, Grant, you said under the card number on the back, it will say the variation. Okay, well, let's flip that over here and see. Where does it say? Because it doesn't. I don't see where it says it. But it is a variation. I mean, the code on the back tells me that, but I don't see on here where it tells me what the variation is. So, I don't know. I don't know, Grant. But did you see it on there, Grant? And maybe I overlooked it. I don't know. This is definitely, that one I see. It's an action image variation. And that one we could kind of tell by looking at it. Plus I know the code on that one. But that is definitely a variation for the Cardinals. But the ones that end in 85 are the ones that I don't know what they match up to. And maybe I just looked over it a minute ago and didn't catch it on the card that we brought back up to look at. But either way, I would have never noticed that, Grant. So that was good information to have, right? So we'll keep that in mind. But whatever ends in 85 are the ones that I don't know what they represent. Oh, so that means it's a high number short print. Okay, gotcha. Well, that would make sense because there are quite a few of those that will come out. I mean, the first half of the case was the same way. Anthony Banda is one of those. JD Martinez is one. Ichiro, I think, is one that are all we'll probably see that are just the high number short prints, then coming out one every 3 packs or so. All right, perfect. I knew it was a variation of some sort. I just couldn't remember what, and I had forgotten to look it up. So now we know. Thank you, guys and gals. Hi, S&S Design. How are you? And George is here. Hi, George. Gina, you said that Leighton runs 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, all set prices. Yeah, that's because they have multiple people that do the breaks. I mean, obviously, that's not just one person that's able to do that many hours and days a week. They got lots of people to help break and sort and do what they have to do there. And eventually, when I get the website up and running, we'll move into some of the set price type things as well. My goal is to have hired someone. I know I'm not going to get it done by myself, but I hope I will have been able to hire someone to have that website ready around the first of the year. That's my hope anyway. Clubhouse Collection Relic Bryce Harper for the Nationals. But yeah, that's when we'll be able to do a lot of different things once we can get on the website and get a few things off of eBay. Because it's hard to do anything that is much different on eBay because you just run the risk of getting people who don't know what the format is, or they've never done a break like that before, like a hits draft or something, and it can easily go off the rails. I mean, it's kind of hard enough for people to grasp what breaks are anyway on eBay. Obviously, there's a certain segment of people like you guys that know exactly what you're getting, but there's a whole other group of people who don't, and they don't read it, they don't look at it, they just look at the picture, and then they'll read the headline and say, oh, I'm bidding on a half case of something or another, and that is another high number short print, Curtis Granderson. And then when you're like, no, you didn't buy a half case of Topps Heritage for $5, you know, then it can get kind of interesting. S&S Design, you're working in Seattle. Oh, man, the tornado was less than a mile from your house. Daggone, man. Well, I'm glad that it didn't get you or your house. That is numbered to $9.99. Wade Davis Rockies. That's the chrome variation. When we see it like that with the white border, that's pretty much always going to be numbered to $9.99. We did have our hot box come out already in the first half of this case. So all of our purple border, of course, were part of our hot box. Gina, you said you'll set up my site for free for a box of Transcendence. Well, I bet. Yeah, I would say so. There's our Ichiro variation that I was talking about earlier that we'll find a few times throughout. So again, with the code 85 on the back there, meaning high number short print. Miracle Mets, that one, Nolan Ryan. I think in the first half of this, we found, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of those Miracle Mets. 3, 4, 5, something like that. Maybe it was 1 per box even, I don't know. I just remember there were a handful of them. Yeah, Randy, I agree. The website will be a lot easier all the way around. I can do a lot. It will all be fixed price. I mean, that's the thing that some people like and some people don't. Some people like the bidding aspect. Some people are fine with the fixed price. But when the website goes up, we'll probably do a little, can't really do bidding on there, but what we will do probably would be some as random teams, some as, you know, fixed price by team. I'll be able to do a lot more things like I've been doing with the Leaf Greatest Hits, where I can add in stuff, you know, like we did I added an autographed Ahmed Rosario bat to the Greatest Hits baseball, and we added the jersey to Greatest Hits football. We'll adding the jersey to basketball. So be able to do a lot more stuff like that too. That is Red Sox, Marlins, and Twins. So one more time, that one will end up at the end of the break, either potentially going to random unless someone owns 2 of the 3 teams. So it just gives us a lot more flexibility, and probably I will be able to, we'll do things farther out too. So, for instance, like right now, where we know XR football is coming out on Wednesday, I would have probably put that, if I had a website, I would have probably listed that like 7 or 8 days, maybe even 10 days prior, and sold out the break. If we sold it out quickly enough, we might have sold out 2 or 3, and then we would break them all on release day, maybe starting like in the afternoons and that sort of thing. So we'll have a lot more things we can work on and do once the website is up. Obviously, there's some downside to it in that it's hard to predict when a break is going to fill up, but some of that I'm sure will get easier to predict as time goes on. I'll be able to figure out patterns and all that kind of thing, I would imagine. But yeah, I found lots of people who can do a template website, but I mean, honestly, I could probably do a template website. It would take time, and I don't really have extra time, but I could probably muddle my way through it. But I actually want a custom coded one, and you know, people tend to charge you a lot of money for the custom coded ones, but that's more what I'm leaning towards at the moment, just to have the extra flexibility and things that you can build in, a lot of extra things that you can't build into the template ones. So I don't know, we'll see, but soon we'll get it there. I could probably also do everything with free shipping on there too, because I'll be able to not be paying the gigantic eBay fees. So since I won't have to pay them such a huge chunk of money, we can, you know, turn that into free shipping for you. So all the way around ought to be fun, I think. So I can't remember what else comes out next week. We only have XR on Wednesday, but there's something that comes out. Oh no, that's this week. XR, what am I saying? XR is tomorrow, and then on Friday, mini helmets, but we're not going to break them till the weekend on Sunday. And then Opulence, which I don't have listed yet. Next Wednesday, I guess, is our Bowman, right? Yeah, I think we're at Bowman Chrome next Wednesday. And I've got loads of that. We'll have Bowman Chrome coming out our ears. Somewhere along the way, I am still going to get that Upper Deck Goodwin Champions listed somewhere between now and, hopefully between now and the end of the month. Because, you know, they've Goodwin, or rather Upper Deck's got a lot of signers that you don't get anywhere else. Michael Jordan and LeBron James and Ben Simmons and a bunch of people like that. Numbered to 569, that's Chrome Refractor. Silver border. And Serena Williams just signed a deal with them, so she'll be in there. Tiger Woods, I think, is Upper Deck exclusive. Who else? Action Image Variation Padres. For Eric Hosmer, who still looks strange to see him in a Padres uniform, doesn't it? A little bit. I think another Miracle Mets. But yeah, I think Bowman Chrome is next week. SNS Design, you're asking if we've had any great hits. I guess it depends on your definition, right? I mean, we hit Otani out of Luminaries. First case, I guess it was. First break of first case, I think. So that was certainly nice. Out of Bowman High Tech, we've been pulling all of the high-level rookies. Pulled Acuna out of both of the cases that we've opened so far, and out of the first one, we pulled him as the Red Orbit Parallel, which I think will be numbered to 10 when it was a redemption, but I think it'll be numbered to 10 when it comes back. And, you know, pulling all of our other high-level rookies out of Bowman High Tech pretty regularly, or I should say prospects, not rookies, although rookies are in there. It's a lot of prospects, of course, being that it's a Bowman product. What else have we pulled recently, guys? We've pulled a lot of one-of-ones out of things, and I don't know. We've pulled a lot. We've opened a lot of stuff, S&S Design. Oh, S&S Design. Is that a Monty Python reference? Talking about the small little bunny in the woods? Is that a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference? Maybe. I don't know. It would be a vague reference, but yet I would know exactly what you were talking about if that's what it is. Rafael Devers for the Red Sox Clubhouse Collection. Orioles jerseys. We have had some Orioles jerseys, but I don't remember if you saw the last ones we had or not. Like we had Jim Palmer and maybe we had somebody else. Oh, we had a Manny Machado something recently. Was it a jersey? We had a Manny Machado 1-of-1 out of Luminaries last night, but that was, of course, an autograph hit. But we might have had a Manny Machado jersey somewhere along the way, but I'm not 100% certain about that. It all kind of blends together after a certain period of time, you know? Neil Walker, that is a high number short print. Oh, okay, you said no, you're just a wimp. You got scared by a rabbit, not a cougar. Okay, I thought maybe it was a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference because there's a funny little sequence in there about a bunny rabbit. Well, it's funny if you like Monty Python, right? I realize that's very much an acquired taste as far as sense of humor goes. Not everyone thinks that Monty Python is funny. I happen to think they're hysterical. I have seen the Holy Grail so many times, I could probably quote you 2/3 of the movie. But since that wasn't a Monty Python reference, I will spare you. Aren't you feeling happy about that now, that I'm going to spare you that? Oh, Grant said you get the reference, but S&S was legit scared of a rabbit. Well, you know, I guess if you're out hiking and you see anything unexpected and you're at a place called Cougar Mountain, maybe it would give you pause. I don't know. We're going to say that's what it is, though, anyway. Oh, how nice. Your girlfriend put the Jim Palmer jersey in a shadow box. And you got it for your birthday. Well, she put the shadow box part was for your birthday, I think. Well, that's nice. Yay. That's a good birthday gift. I always get weird birthday gifts. A lot of times I don't get birthday gifts, honestly. My birthday's in December. So is my sister's. Mine is exactly 2 weeks before Christmas. My sister, poor thing, hers is 4 days before Christmas. So, you know, it's always like you get the combo gifts where really they just get you whatever they were going to get you for Christmas or whatever they were going to get you for your birthday. And then they just tell you it's for both. So, yeah, that's kind of, I'd say most anybody that has a birthday in December knows exactly what I'm talking about. You get, you know, either nothing or something disguised as a gift that was really just what you were going to get anyway for the holidays. Or it's, you know, strange things. I don't know. I've always thought it would be nice to have a birthday outside of December. So here is an original 1969 buyback card. This is rookie stars on here for the Expos. Of course, everybody probably knows the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals. So this will go to the Nationals. Guys, it's well loved. So it's got all kinds of little imperfections and issues and creases and corners and, you know, rounded soft corners, the whole deal. Because that card's really been just circulating around since 1969. So it's not going to be all nice and shiny, minty, perfect. SNS Design says I should have had a half birthday party. I don't know. That might just make me age faster. It seems like it would. Be like, oh no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to hit that next number yet. Let's rethink this. No, I mean, you know, of course, our parents always tried to get us something separate, and they did, but it's not like you really have too much in the way of birthday celebrations or parties or anything, especially my sister being that close to Christmas, because everybody's busy and doing other things, so you don't really have, you know, December birthdays just aren't as much fun. My grandmother's birthday was in December as well. She passed away many years ago, my dad's mom. But her birthday was December the 15th. I've got another good friend of mine whose birthday is December the 14th. Friend who's December the 13th. So I know lots of Sagittarius December babies. And I don't think anybody's story is any different. You got a December birthday, you're getting the weird combo gift. You can just count on it. But that's all right. It's the thought that counts, and it's good to have, you know, people think of you regardless of when it is or what you get. Right? Right. That's what she said. Oh, that was something. Hang on a minute. This Phillies from Arietta, that looks like a something. So I'm going to see what it is. Oh, it is an action image variation. Even though I've only broken this once before, they usually catch my eye if it's a variation. Not always, but usually they will. Then it's just a matter of grabbing it back out of the pile to see, hey, what is the variation? Why do I think it looks different? Which one of these things is not the same? So, speaking of which one of these things is not the same, isn't that a Sesame Street thing? I want to say it is a Sesame Street thing. So now there's this whole big controversy of whether or not Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street are gay. Like, who in the world sits around and thinks about things like if Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street are supposed to be gay or not? I don't know. Manny Machado and the Orioles Clubhouse Collection Relic. I saw that headline right before I was getting ready to do the break, and I'm just thinking, like, who even asks that question, man? It's just Sesame Street. They're puppets. I mean, come on. I don't know. I think the world's gotten a little too serious for me. Grant says Kermit. Oh, you think Kermit? You think Kermit is falls in that Bert and Ernie category, do you? I don't know. Frankly, I just think they're all puppets, and they're like, none of them are that. None of them are anything. They're puppets. I don't know. Desiree, what product are you asking me about? You said, can I go into more detail on the cards that we're opening right now? You mean you just want to talk more about the inserts as we come across them? This is numbered to 999. It is Eric Hosmer and the Padres. So just, can you clarify for me, Desiree, what it is that you want to go into more detail about? And of course, absolutely, I will be happy to, we can spend a little more time on the inserts or whatever in particular you want to look at. Like this, for instance, on the rookie performers. I mean, these are not numbered, of course, but they are just inserts that we find throughout with our various rookies on them. I'm not sure what you mean by the best slot hits. I'm not clear on what that's in reference to. Can you give me a little bit more information? I mean, are you talking about Transcendence that we were discussing earlier, which is a product that's the really high-end one that's like 26,000 a case or so? Are you speaking about that or something else? I'm a little slow. You gotta kind of walk me through it, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, Desiree, but I'm not exactly sure which we're talking about. And then you have the Cubs in here. Okay, so you've got the Cubbies. There's another insert series. And this, your heritage high number, right? Oh, that was part of your username. Good grief. Okay, I didn't even catch that. Grant, I thought, thank you, Grant. I thought you were asking me about the best slot hits, like you meant the best. Oh, good grief. Okay, I overthought that entirely. That is part of your username. Okay, so you are asking just about the inserts beyond what we've already discussed then. So basically what you want to do then is just when we see an insert is stop and discuss that a little bit more. Okay, gotcha. No problem on that. I'm just so used to everybody having done multiple breaks of this product, I don't even think about that sort of thing most of the time. But of course, so now and then, again, these are not going to be numbered. It's Cespedes, of course, on this one for the Mets, and you can see kind of how this is designed. So on the back, it's going to tell you a little bit of information about the 18th of April, which is what is on that particular card. So now and then, obviously one of our insert sets, we've got the rookie performers in here. We've got some of these, which are Hank Aaron Award winners. That one, of course, is Jose Altuve. And, of course, those are, again, unnumbered. Most of the things in here are going to be unnumbered. The few that are typically, in this particular set, going to be the chrome ones, like we saw earlier that went by. There was one that was a refractor and one that wasn't. This insert, of course, with the ruffled edges, those again have all the facsimile signatures, so it's not an actual signature on there. Those are just printed on the card. I think we've talked about most of our short prints as they've gone through. This again is another one of, this is a Rookie of the Year award winner. So all of the award winners are can be from various things. Rookie of the Year and Hank Aaron Award, and I think there's maybe even another couple of options in here, but we'll check those out as we go through. Of course, action image variations, we've seen a handful of those. There are throwback uniform variations, although I don't think I've seen any in here tonight yet. That was Joe Mauer and the Twins. It's possible that we could find color swap, like I mentioned earlier, where that instead of being yellow would be white. That's another possible variation. I got to think what else. I'm sure there are more that I'm not thinking of at the moment, but that's the vast majority of them. Scott, you heading out, man? All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Hey, Scott, let me know if that doesn't work. The two things I mentioned earlier about trying to either go in by way of search and then advanced search and then see items by seller should take you there. If that doesn't work, the other option is if you click on my username, it should give you an option to see all my items or go to the store or whatever, the eBay store, which would again show you all the items. And if you can't find it either way, then message me and I'll just cut and paste the link into a message, which you should then be able to cut and paste into your browser on your phone. And one of those, surely to goodness, will work. Rangers, Rays, and Brewers on this one. Same scenario as our others. Someone would have to own 2 of the 3 teams to take it outright. And if no one does, then we'll use random.org to award those. Oh, Grant, right. The MLB anniversary foil logo stamp. We did have one of those in the first half of the case. Haven't seen one go through tonight. Magenta backs, that's another possibility of a variation. Thank you, Grant, for helping me remember those. Juan Soto autographs. No kidding, man. That would be, I would love to pull that out of here, obviously. We pulled a ton of Juan Soto, though, out of Chronicles. Like a lot of nice Juan Soto came out of there. So I haven't yet seen him in high number, but this is just still we're still within the first case, counting what we're breaking tonight. So given that it's just one hit per box, it may take us a while to find Juan Soto in here. Jay Allen, you own 2 Juan Soto from high number or 2 Juan Soto from Chronicles or something else? Could actually have been from Bowman, past year's Bowman too. As far as that goes. He's going to be in triple threads as well, and I forgot what other product. They announced it right before this came out. They announced several products that they were confirming that he was going to be in. Miracle Mets again. Just another insert series that we kind of find throughout, celebrating the 1969 Miracle Mets. There is a now and then for the Angels with Albert Pujols, and his 3,000 hits, I believe, is what that was commemorating. I know, I love it that you are helping me with that, Grant. I love it, I love it. You had 2 of the teams on the panel cards. Excellent. And that means that'll be one less that'll have to go to random. But of course, we will go to the spreadsheet and check them all out at the end of the break. So another one of the Reggie Jackson highlights. You probably, Desiree, you might remember when we were at the first of the break, I mentioned there will be several different Reggie Jackson highlights that we'll see. So, of course, some of them, it's going to be when he was an Oakland A. Some of them will be when he was a Yankee. And, of course, it will go to whichever team is depicted on any given card. That last one was a Yankee. Those, of course, are just issued to commemorate his rookie year, which was 1969. Pedro Alvarez for the Orioles. And the black border, they're not numbered. See, there's one I had forgotten about. It's not numbered, but they did release the print run, Topps did, so it is 50. Print run on the black border that are not chrome, 50. The print run on the 100th anniversary that we were talking about earlier but haven't seen yet was 25, I think. The magenta backs have a print run of 10, and then the flip stock has a print run of 5. Shohei Ohtani on a now and then. And I haven't found any flip stock yet either. Which, what that means, Desiree, a flip stock, it is that the front of the card, which normally would feel you know, kind of slick to the touch, and the back, which has the rough feel, because these, again, you know, being heritage, they feel like the baseball cards of old, like you might have grown up with if you were born back in the 60s or 70s or something like that. And on flip stock, it's the opposite. So the front of the card would feel rough, and the back of the card would be the smoother side. Ozzie Albies, rookie performers for the Braves. So flip stock is another one. There's another action image variation. That one for the Blue Jays with Gurriel, Lourdes Gurriel. And let me think about what else, guys, is there? I feel like I'm still forgetting something. There's another now and then. That one, of course, Manny Machado and the Orioles. Mr. Dansby Swanson for the Atlanta Braves. Shohei base rookie went through. There's a Yu Darvish for the Cubbies. That is an action image variation. So that's a variation there for you, Desiree, with your Cubs and Yu Darvish. With the Cubbies. I guess there are, well, there are also, Desiree, there are chrome cards with purple borders that come out of the hot box. We've already opened the hot box, though. I'm not sure if you were tuned in when we very first started this Heritage Break, or if you came in part of the way through, but somewhere along the way, I did let you guys know that the hot box came out of the first half of the case. Many of you probably know that already because you were in the first half of the case. But the hot boxes have chrome cards that are unnumbered, but they have a purple border, and they come out 1 per pack in that special box, and that box is typically 1 per case. Of course, superfractors are 1 of 1s, but we haven't found ourselves any of those in here. A little harder to find the 1 of 1s in high number. There are red ink signature variations as well, Desiree. We pulled one of those out of the first half of the case. Those, in this instance, are numbered to 69, hand numbered. And that's because, of course, again, this card series is designed to be like that of the 1969 cards. So that's the deal with all the 69 themes. And here's Robinson Cano for the Mariners with an MVP award winner on the card there. Notation. Rookie Performers Jordan Hicks for the Cardinals. For the A's, Matt Chapman. I don't know why I said Braves. Lost my mind there for a minute. Gleyber Torres, Rookie Performers for the Yankees. Yankees. Amazing Astros, Jose Altuve and George Springer. There are a few of those. There's one for the Angels that has Ohtani and Mike Trout on it, I think. And there's maybe another couple that have a couple of different players from the same team and a title like that on it. This is a Hank Aaron Award winner. That's Stanton, but note that he was a Marlin on that card. So I'll bring that back and you can look at that again. But so even though he's currently a Yankee, of course, it's going to go to the team that is depicted on the card, which was in that case the Marlins. I went a base rookie of Mr. Juan Soto. Here's a nice little chrome coming out for the Tigers. It is Francisco Liriano. Should be the $9.99, and it is the $9.99. Oh, you guys are talking traffic, huh? Oh, I know, right? Traffic everywhere you go. Traffic is bad, but I lived in LA for a while, and you know what? It is such a difference. When you can be going somewhere that is 2 miles down the road and take you 20 minutes. I mean, that's one of the things I like about living here. In 20 minutes, I can probably be most of the time 20 miles down the road. And even in traffic, I'm probably at least 5 or 10 miles down the road. Cy Young Award winner for Corey Kluber and the Indians on that insert. Whoop. We just about went right past that, didn't we? It is for the Phillies, J.P. Crawford. It's our autograph. It's our hit out of this box. So we've hit 3 relics and then a nice little autograph for the Phillies. 2 boxes left. 4 down, 2 to go. You said you've heard that the LA traffic is way worse than where you are. Man, I'm going to tell you what. There is not much worse than LA traffic that I have been in anyway. It was, man, I hated it. I went everywhere at off hours and off times, and I went surface streets as much as I went on the freeway because, you know what? Even though I had to go out of my way and drive more miles, I usually got where I was going faster than if I tried to get on the freeway. And of course, the freeway, you could be going along at 70 miles an hour, and which is rare, and suddenly come slamming to a stop. I mean, I'd be on the freeway sometimes on Sundays, like on my way to or from a show. And it'd be Sunday early morning, hardly anybody on the road, and you're cruising along, and all of a sudden you just hit a traffic jam out of nowhere, and traffic's like just slams to a stop, and it might take you 10, 20 miles to get out of it, and who knows what caused it, what happened, why it happened. Unbelievable. That is Jim Ray for the Astros, and once again, this is one of our original 1969 cards that Topps bought back and just stamped that 50th anniversary stamp on it. So that was our box loader here, and like our other original buyback cards, it is well loved. Oh, Grant, yeah, you are absolutely correct about that. Motorcycles, if you say you have a motorcycle, so you don't have to wait in that. You're right about that, but coming from a person who's in the car on the freeway, it scares me to death, man, when motorcycles are weaving in and out between lanes of traffic. And they do it all the time. I mean, there's not even enough room, you don't even think, for them to fit. But, buddy, they just go right in between lines and get where they're going. But it always makes me so nervous as a driver to have that happen. You said Shaquille O'Neal on the Survivor show on the Discovery Channel is really funny. Shaquille O'Neal in general is kind of funny, but Charles Barkley is my favorite. Charles Barkley cracks me up, and he will just say anything. He does not care. He does not care who he offends or what it sounds like. He has very little filter, and he doesn't care about being politically correct very much either. And I think Charles Barkley is a riot. And Shaq can certainly be entertaining too, so I might have to check out the show you're talking about, but I do love my Charles Barkley. Short number, high number short print. We'll get that spit out here in a minute, maybe. There is another Now and Then. That's Didi Gregorius and the Yankees. Now and Then for the Nationals. That is Bryce Harper. They're still making noises like the Phillies might end up with Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. That just seems... Yonder Alonso. Yeah, see, I thought that looked like it was not a typical card. It's not. It is also a short number high print. The high number short print. Why can't I put those words in the right order? Anyway, that's what Yonder Alonso is for the Indians. There's a Reggie Jackson highlights once again, and of course Pinstripes New York Yankees on that particular card. Shohei base rookie went by. For the Astros, it's Alex Bregman. I like that kid. Our relic here is numbered, and it is Mr. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. So we got you another one. We got an action image variation for you. And now we found a nice Chris Bryant Clubhouse Collection relic that's numbered, no less. So, Desiree, you're going to come out with a few things that are outside of the norm, not just base cards tonight. We got a few other fun things for you. There is Kutch and the Giants action image. Aaron Judge, Rookie of the Year award winner. Yankees, New York Yankees. So who's going to win the World Series this year? Where's everybody leaning? Who do you think it's going to be? I still am up in the air. I don't know. I don't even know if the Dodgers are going to get the wild card or not at this point. I mean... It might be, well, I don't know. Cardinals, Dodgers, 50-50 shot, I guess. I know who won't be in the playoffs. That's my Cincinnati Reds. I know for sure where they will be come playoff time. They will be home, sitting on their rear ends. Part of the never-ending rebuild. Boston Bashers of Mookie Betts and Devers. All righty. We have got one and a half boxes left to go, so we're closing in on it. For the Mariners, that is Now and Then for James Paxton. I think he's back. He had the flu, but I think he's back. Rookie Performers, Villanueva, Padres. Texas Rangers, Adrian Beltre. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to figure out where we're going to end up this year, because it seems like some of the teams that I really just thought were automatically going to get there maybe aren't going to get there. I mean, I don't know. It's been a weird year. It's been a really weird year. And if you're talking about the Mets, you said your M's, I'm assuming you're talking about the Mets, then yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, they just kind of fell apart. Their Mets are, I started to say kind of like my Reds, but I don't think anybody's kind of like my Reds. That's Robinson Cano for the Mariners. I don't think we're ever going to get out of rebuild in Cincinnati. What have we been rebuilding now? About 750 years? I mean, we're never going to be out of that. Rookie Performers, Acuna for the Braves. So I don't know what we're going to do. And now, oh my gosh, the latest. Did you all see? They're now saying they're going to take Senzel and put him... Okay, so I said the other night they were going to put him in instructional league in the outfield, which I think is just outrageous anyway, but fine. Corey Kluber, Cy Young insert. And now it's not even center field. They're not even going to put him in center field. I mean, what are they doing? Reds just make me so bad. That is Rookie Performers Devers. Like, you never thought you would say it, but where is Marge shot, right? I mean, at least they won when Marge was there. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why she shouldn't be there, but, you know. Diamondbacks, that is a chrome refractor to 569. Arizona. Oh, for the M's, you meant the Mariners. The Mariners. Sorry. I thought you meant the Mets, who... Miracle Mets insert there. Because the Mets actually did look like they were going to be pretty good, and then kind of went whoops, and not so much. Oh, S&S Design, you went to the game and they lost again. You're Orioles, man. I know. It is a rough year to be an Orioles fan all the way around. You have had kind of a record number of losses. They traded away Manny Machado. I mean, it has not been a good year for the Orioles fans, but you'll probably come out of it okay. I mean, I think the problem with my Reds is really just the guy who owns it. He just does some weird stuff. And I think he sometimes does it just based on the players that he likes and things. I don't know that he always does things that make good business sense. And until we have a new owner, I don't know if things are going to change all that much for us. Russ Snyder. Why can't I say those together? Russ Snyder. Indians buyback. Of course, you can see that's it's a hot mess of all kinds of things. It's, miscut and all kinds of soft edges and well loved and probably, you know, close to running around in somebody's bike spokes and things. But that's the charm of the buybacks, right? Yeah, S&S Design, I'm pretty sure the Orioles are the worst team this year, too. I hate to agree with you on that, but yeah, I believe you are correct in that sense. I don't know. I mean, I guess rebuilds have kind of always been a thing to a certain extent, but doesn't it seem like that it didn't used to be so extreme? I mean, rebuilds now just mean, oh, we're going to get rid of every single player that's any good and start completely over and take 8 or 10 years to get there. I mean, I just, seems to me in past decades that a rebuild might mean that you got rid of a couple of your highest paid players, but you still kept some good players and then started building again around them. So I don't know what happens these days, but it's rough if you're not one of the contending teams. Hard to get back in that mode anyway. The Twins with a now and then insert. Another Reggie Jackson highlight. And, oh, he's an Angel there. I forgot that there were some inserts where he was an Angel, too. So, that one to the Angels. So, Angels, A's, and Yankees all going to get their share of the Reggie Jackson inserts. Oh, you went to the casino in Maryland and won $200. Well, hey, you know, wasn't a total wasted weekend then, right? It's always good if you can go win a little money. Now and then for the A's. The surprisingly good A's for this year. Gleyber Torres and the Yankees. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. That slid right out of my hand. For the Phillies, he doesn't really appear to be any worse for the wear, so I think we're okay there, and thank goodness a base card, but nonetheless, obviously didn't intend to have him take a little side trip on us there. You don't think that trading in the middle of the season should be allowed? Well, I mean, it has to do, that's the Astros then and now, Garrett Cole. I mean, it's all that waiver stuff, which is a whole, I mean, it does really kind of make a second trading period. It makes it kind of silly to have a first trade deadline when people can, as you say, come back and really just execute more trades by use of that. Cardinals action image, Jose Martinez. So I don't know kind of what they all think of that, but I'm sure they'll make some changes. They always do. I don't know when's the next CBA due in Major League Baseball. I know the NFL is already gearing up for the fight for their next CBA. Bunch of Hall of Famers. Do you guys see this? Formed a like Hall of Fame Players Commission or something. Like, I don't think they called it a commission, but whatever it is, a group, and elected themselves like a board and things. Have now sent in all these demands that if NFL players aren't given health insurance for life and a pension after they retire and all these other things, then none of them will participate anymore in Hall of Fame induction ceremonies and stuff like that. So all that came out this week. And I think the idea is that they're trying to, of course, that's Jose Abreu, White Sox, trying to influence how the next collective bargaining agreement's going to go by kind of firing a shot across the bow, if you will. Ahmed Rosario, rookie performers. Mets. Lucchese, Padres, rookie performers. Oh, Grant says nobody cares about the A's, where I was talking about the A's a minute ago. Well, I forget, with you being a Mariners fan, yeah, I guess you probably don't want anything to do with the A's, do you? That's all right, I understand. Rookie performers, Ohtani for the Angels. Breakout Braves, Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna. Sean, you said it must be nice to make millions doing what anyone would dream of doing and want more and more and more. Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that often. It's so hard to understand on the other side of the fence, as we all sit here kind of hoping that we can make a decent amount of money to retire on, and those guys can make in 1 week, what we might make in 10 years or something. This is Taylor Motter with the black border for the Mariners. And of course, again, the black borders are not numbered, but we know that they are limited to 50 copies because Topps kindly shared that information with us last week. Miracle Mets insert again. So yes, it is hard to look at some of those things, like the Le'Veon Bell holdout, where the guy can just say, hey, I'd rather go jet ski in Miami than collect my $880,000 paycheck this week. Oh, okay. Because, wow, I would like to have your $880,000 paycheck. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to figure out, but at the same time, they're just trying to make their money the same as everybody else does, I guess, but it is difficult to understand when you're not coming from that side of the fence. I agree. Yeah, right, Sean. Plus, we're Reds fans on top of it. I know. But that is the thing. I'm always going to be a Reds fan no matter how terrible some of our stretches are. And make no mistake, some of them have been terrible. But can't give up on my Reds. The Astros have an autograph hit with J.D. Davis. So that's going to be our hit here in the last box. Of course, we could still find short prints, variations, and other things. But that is our last hit out of here in the truest sense of the word. MVP award winner Stanton as a Marlin. A Bellinger Award winner, National League Rookie of the Year, the Tampa Bay Rays with a little Willie Adames, number 2, 569 with a chrome refractor. Yeah, I think a lot of my Reds love just comes back to, that was how, I'm from a sports family. My parents both liked sports. My mom really wasn't as much a baseball fan. She's more football and basketball. Dad was, or is, all three. So we kind of got it from both sides, but Dad was definitely is a Reds fan. I don't know why I keep saying was. He still is a Reds fan. I guess I'm just thinking about it from the perspective of when I was a kid, right? Jose Altuve, American League MVP award winner. So that's where I got my love of the Reds. But it's not where I got my football affiliation, I'll tell you that, because Dad's mostly a Colts fan, and I'm a Steelers fan. But yeah, Dad is a Colts fan, and that was always a hard one. It was a hard one for me. The Colts. No, my Steelers. Okay, so let's recap. We have a J.D. Davis autograph for the Astros. A Clubhouse Collection relic numbered to 99 for the Cubbies. And Chris Bryant. An autograph hit for the Phillies with J.P. Crawford. Clubhouse Collection relic Manny Machado, Orioles. Rafael Devers Clubhouse Collection for the Red Sox. and a Bryce Harper relic Clubhouse Collection hit for the Nationals. So those are our hits. We have got some housekeeping to do, though. Each of these cards, of course, have 3 different teams on them. And what we'll blah, 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 blah. What we will do is go to the spreadsheet one by one and check these out. You have to own 51% or more to take it outright. So to own 51% or more, you have to have 2 of the 3 teams. So if someone owns 2 of the 3, they're going to take it outright. If no one owns 2 of the 3, I'll take it to random, and what will happen is I will type it in from left to right. So I would type in, for instance, on this card, Dodgers, Braves, Cardinals. Then I would hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times wouldn't count. It would only be the third and final random that would determine where that card was going to go. And we're going to probably just do all those at once, you know. Actually, what we would do, maybe instead of typing in team names, I might just type in left, middle, right, and then we could literally do all 3 of them in random at once. So that's probably what we'll do instead. But first things first, let's take a look here. The Dodgers, Simple Machines, the Atlanta Braves tonight, 1969 Gab Mets, and then the St. Louis Cardinals, Camp B3014. So definitely 3 different team owners. So let's move ourselves back over here. And actually, you know what? We're going to wait and do random very last. So let's go ahead and look at and let's go back to our spreadsheet for a minute. Actually, we'll bring you all the way back here for a minute, too. We're going to look at this one next. This is Rangers, Rays, and Brewers, okay? So Rangers, Rays, and Brewers on the spreadsheet. The Rangers, Johnny Frank. The Rays, Johnny Frank. So he's going to take this one out, right? The Milwaukee Brewers, hey, it's Johnny Frank. So we don't have to do anything with that one. Not only does he have 2 of the 3 teams, guess what? He has 3 of the 3 teams. So that one, we don't have to go anywhere with. Let's bring you back to my view for 1 second. We have Red Sox, Marlins, and Twins. So we're going to kind of rinse and repeat, go back to our spreadsheet one more time here. And that is the Boston Red Sox, Simple Machines, the Miami Marlins, Andre Hawkin 1, and the Minnesota Twins, Johnny Frank. So we are going to random with 2 of our 3 cards here. All right. 2 of our 3 strips of cards. I'll spit it out here in a minute. And as I said, I'm going to just type in as left, middle, and right. And that way we can knock them out all together. So both of the strips of cards that are in play will be awarded based on the result that this gives us. So once again, I will hit random 3 times. The first 2 times you can ignore. It is only the third and final time that will make the decision. So ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. And there you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp. It has come up as the right-hand side of the card. So this one is going to go to the Twins because that's the team on the right-hand side. This one will go to the Cardinals because it is the team on the right-hand side. And then we can take a quick little buzz through here. I believe I kept most of these things out separated. I may have accidentally stacked a couple of these short print things in a different stack or whatever. And if I did, I apologize. But if you saw it go through earlier, of course, you're going to get it. This was one of our box toppers that was a buyback. That is a high number short print. Ditto. High number short print, high number short print, buyback, high number short, high short, high short, high short, high short. The Rays numbered to 569 with the chrome refractor. The Mariners, that's black border, which we know, even though it is unnumbered, has a print run of 50. This one is a refractor, Diamondbacks to 569. That is action image variation. This is 999 chrome for the Tigers, action image variation the Cubs, black border with a print run of 50 for the Orioles, Padres to 999, the Astros to 569, Rockies to $9.99. Cardinals with action image variation. Blue Jays action image. Phillies action image. Padres action image. And Cardinals action image. So again, I may have accidentally stacked some of those in a different stack. If I did, I apologize. I tried to keep most of them separate for recap purposes, but occasionally I'll forget and stack one in the wrong spot. But that has got us loaded up for tonight. That is the last of our break. I will put up spreadsheet information one more time about shipping and upcoming breaks and all that. If anyone missed it earlier, here's another shot at it. So, of course, the free shipping breaks tonight, which were the autographed baseball jerseys and luminaries, projected to ship out on or before Tuesday the 25th, a week from today. If you happen to get skunked in one of those free shipping breaks, normally what happens is this. I hang on to your consolation card, and I send it out the next time you do pull something, where you have a package going out. I track it for a rolling 90 days, and so that's usually how it works. If you want it done differently, you don't want to wait for your next package, drop me a line on eBay and let me know. Paid shipping break tonight, of course, was Heritage High Number, projecting to get that out the door on Saturday. As always, could go a day earlier, could go a day later, but projecting Saturday. Nobody got skunked in Heritage because, as you saw, we just opened a lot of cards, so everybody definitely got some cards in that. These are the other breaks that are listed on eBay that are coming up here in the days ahead. So tomorrow night will be a full-size autographed football helmet, a half case of football jerseys, a full case of Leaf Trinity football. It's the last of the Leaf Trinity, and a full case of XR football, which comes out tomorrow. Thursday night is a triple play baseball box, a third case of Bowman High Tech, and a fourth and final case of Spectra football. Friday night, the last case I have of Leaf History of Baseball cut signature, and we'll start a new case of Heritage High Number on Friday night as well. On Saturday, we'll open a 9th case of Clearly Authentic and a 2nd case of XR football. Sunday, we'll open a half case of Leaf Autograph mini helmets. Those come out on Friday, so brand new product showing up there. And another half case of our Leaf jerseys, along with a 4th case of Bowman High Tech. Last but not least, if you want in Leaf Greatest Hits basketball, we only have one spot left at this point. It's a random team break. The break bonus is going to be an autographed De'Aaron Fox jersey that will be awarded to one team by way of random. And, of course, in addition to our buyback cards in that break, there is a Leaf original card in each box that will be autographed by either LiAngelo LaMelo Ball or Kyle Kuzma. If it comes out as Kuzma, it'll go to the Lakers because that's who he plays for. Of course, LiAngelo and LaMelo haven't been drafted or anything, so if it comes out for one of them, they would go to be given out by way of random. And it's $100 a spot. Each spot gets 2 teams all in, shipping costs included. We're going to break it tomorrow, one way or the other. So I think, well, I shouldn't say tomorrow. We'll probably break it Thursday one way or the other because I do have to bill out a couple of spots that sold tonight. I want to make sure I give everybody time to get lined up. So we'll probably actually break it Thursday. Maybe tomorrow, but anyway, if you're in it, you're going to get a message about it. One spot left. If anybody wants it, let me know. If not, I'll just keep that spot myself, have a little skin in the game, and we'll go on and get this bad boy broken. So that's the deal there. And I think that's everything for tonight. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate you joining me. Of course, I'll be back at it tomorrow night for another new release night. And hopefully I'll see some or all of you again there, or if not there, sometime soon. Take care. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.